So I had the opportunity to go to Lima, Peru.
I went on the first Spanish exchange trip in 2015.
I've been to France a number of times, but the most recent time was to Toulouse, France with the French exchange.
So I went to Spain, Barcelona, Spain specifically.
So I went to the first summer enrichment program to our sister school in Lima, Peru.
From Lima, we went to Cusco.
Mr. Powers and I brought a class to Costa Rica. It was a summer course that was a bilingual science class.
I've been very lucky to travel to many different countries through actually my association with PrEP. First as a high school student as part of the first German exchange.
I went to two main places. First was Belize, and I lived there for 2 years.
In college, when I spent my junior year abroad at the university in Freiburg.
The second place was Ghana, and I was there for 11 years. And that was at 3 different times as a Jesuit.
Again, as a teacher, I taught at the Jesuit High School in Berlin. And then through many of the exchange programs, I've returned to both Europe and South America.
In 2015, I had the great pleasure of traveling with our students to Palermo, Italia.
Well, based on my education at PrEP, I wound up going to a lot of different places.
Well, as moderator of the Adventure Club, I've had the great opportunity to take students to places near and far.
So I'm in the process of planning the 4th German exchange since I've been here at PrEP. I also help out Ms. Romano with the Italian exchange.
I've been able to go to southern France with the French exchange, northern Spain on the Spanish exchange, to Costa Rica with the summer enrichment course, and to Lima, Peru.
I'd like to talk about 2 international experiences with students. One when I was at Fordham Prep and one here at St. Petersburg. When I was at Fordham Prep, I went to Indonesia, to Jakarta.
I went to Malaysia to visit a friend who's a medical doctor. She was working for Jesuit Refugee Services.
The other experience was when I went with the Prep boys and Miss McLaughlin to Peru.
In 2006, we started our relationship with our current school, with Istituto Gonzaga in Palermo, Sicily.
My wife and I have had the privilege of traveling to 14 different European countries. And each time we've gone, it's been a great experience.
This past summer, Mr. Gaddy and I took 22 students to Nosara, Costa Rica.
I wound up studying abroad in Germany, and then in Taipei, and then in Shanghai. And then after I graduated, I wound up working in Taipei and in Shanghai.
It's a great experience. It's an experience I had myself as a student when I went on the German exchange with Mr. D'Angelo. And it was an important moment in my life. And I think that we give those opportunities now to a lot more guys with a lot more programs. And I think that's a great thing.
So directly, and I don't think I would have been on that trajectory unless I started studying foreign languages at PrEP.
And it was an amazing experience that I am so glad I took the opportunity to do that with the prep school. For me, the most memorable moment was when our students were invited to attend a dance class.
There have been quite a few memorable moments.
Being able to see my students really live the French culture.
Seeing the students experience Italy for the first time, applying everything they've learned in the classroom.
The times that we went off the beaten path and experienced, places that the locals go to.
And of course, the highlight, one of the highlights of the trip was going to Machu Picchu, this ancient Inca civilization that was sort of uncovered about 100 years ago after being buried under the forest.
Also, too, just the road trip out there was memorable. Going through the towns on the way there and being able to see what contemporary Peruvian life is like.
2 years ago, we happened to be in Paris on Bastille Day, which is July 14th. And that is their 4th of July. Just a spectacular day with the huge military parade on the Champs-Élysées, fireworks, just people being festive and enjoying their national heritage the way we do here in the United States.
My favorite aspect was definitely the excitement and the wonder that students were able to experience, and also myself, seeing animals that you don't see all the time, seeing a sloth and howler monkeys, and it's all very exciting to have stuff go from a textbook picture to being live in front of you.
The highlights in Belize were simply living with Belizean families.
I started asking people questions about their town and who lived there and what had happened during the demonstrations in 1989. And at the end of our conversation, someone looked at me and just said, What part of West Germany are you from?
Learning to proclaim the gospel in another language, Fanti.
And that was such a great validation of all the hard work I had put in, learning how to speak German well, and imitating the accents of the people that I had studied with and lived with in the previous few years.
The realization for me was that music, things like music and art, truly are global ways to communicate. We all can communicate through music and through art.
Another thing about Sicily, which I found amazing, I had never been there before, was the mix of cultures that's been a part of that region of Italy because of its placement in the Mediterranean Sea.
We grew in ways we just weren't expecting to in that moment. It was fascinating. It was awesome. The first thing I would say is do it. Don't think twice, do it.
Take a risk, just do it.
Be okay with the discomfort.
Take a chance.
Really embrace the culture and the moment.
My first piece of advice is always pack what's on the list, make sure you have what you need.
Really go ready to listen.
Take advantage of every opportunity.
Read something about where you're going to go before you go.
Do your homework, do your research on where you're going.
And then once you're there, find strangers, random people, and say, what should I do here? What should I eat? I only have a few days. What do you recommend?
So I would encourage you to come up with a question that you have in your head that you can ask anyone you meet to start a conversation, to get to know the other.
In all likelihood, this experience abroad will be the greatest learning experience of your life.
And so just be open to all the possibilities and the beauty of getting to visit another culture.
You're not only helping yourself, you're helping other people understand who you are in their cultural terms.
Every trip that I've been on, for as short or long as it is, really delineates a before and after.
When you return, you're changed. You're changed.
And in each case, they grew in appreciation of other cultures, they grew in appreciation of their own culture, and they learned to see things from different perspectives. And I think that's the beauty of all of these trips. And I hope that each student will be open to that experience.
I found that visiting a foreign country is very similar to immersing yourself in a great book or a great movie, except that you're actually living it. So to me, there's nothing like it. It's one of the great educational experiences you could have.
Go.
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 Go make a difference.
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 Vai fare la differenza.
Ve y marca la diferencia.
Geh, mach einen Unterschied.
Andate a fare la differenza.
Va changer le monde.
Wees y cambia el mundo.
Gehe und mach einen Unterschied.
Ko na be soronko.
Go make a difference.